Okay, today, making kefir today. Cost about $8 for the starter. We take a quart of milk. We bring it up to 180 degrees to kill bacteria, to pasteurize it like. We're going to take a look here. There we go. We're 187. So we're good. Now, we're going to let that cool down to from 73 to 77 degrees. Okay, we're going to check the temperature. This is the hardest part of making this kefir, is waiting for it to cool. We were at over 180. There's my parrots again. Now we're at about 148, so we're getting there. It's going to take a while. One of the reasons I get interested in this kefir, I don't know, there's all kinds of videos on the internet about it. Just like anything, it's funny, when I was a kid there was a yogurt craze. Well, now there's a kefir craze, like this is going to cure everything. Well, yogurt didn't cure everything. But I've tried. When I was young, there was a yogurt craze. A yogurt was going to cure everything. That's my parrots. And it didn't. Well, now there's a kefir craze. It's going to cure everything. Well, it's probably not going to. But kefir's been around a long time. A little confusing that it comes either from Russia or some more Arab area, but over there somewhere. The interesting thing is, at least to me, as I've tasted it, they have it in like the store sometimes in a shake type thing mixed with blueberries or some other flavoring that you can just buy and you drink it. It's more of a liquid than a pudding, you could say, like yogurt is. Another thing interesting about it is I've read that you can use the kefir you make for making like sourdough bread. Instead of purchasing a sourdough starter, you can use this as a sourdough starter because this has yeast in it and a bunch of different bacteria and things. There's two ways to purchase this. You can get what's called the starter like this, or you can actually purchase kefir grains. And some people sell those for an obscene amount of money. They're like $26 or something. And basically they're claimed to be better. You can use them over and over again and keep making more kefir, where supposedly this you can only use restart it a couple times from each package. But I found recently on eBay you can get it for $8 or $6, shipping included. So it would have actually been cheaper than this, which I didn't know about till recently. But we're going to see how, as I mentioned or might have forgotten, I made it. This is my third time making it. The first time came out perfect. Second time I used powdered milk and it just wasn't right, didn't smell right and everything, so I didn't use it. So now I'm back to using regular milk, 2% milk, and making it again. And hopefully this time we'll make some bread out of it too. Okay, here we are checking our kefir mixture, or just our milk. We brought it up to 180 degrees, as you know, and now we're down to about 96 about. Rounded off. We got a little ways to go yet before we add our culture. Here's the little culture packages. You get 3 of these, but they're 2 on each one, and each one makes a quart. We've got just one more degree to go. There we go, we're finally at below 77 degrees, so we're supposed to be between 73 and 77. So we're going to put it in. Make sure we get it all. And we're going to whisk it up, make sure it gets nice and mixed. Takes on a little bit of a yellow color, not much once you put that in. There. Now, we wait for 24 hours. We're going to put it in a bottle first, cap it with some aluminum foil, and we'll be good to go. There we go. We'll check in 24 hours. Okay, we have 3 cups of kefir here that I made using Yogurt Kefir starter. I've read about bread, making kind of a sourdough bread out of kefir. Kefir has yeast and in it, and bacteria, so I thought I would give it a try and document the results. So 3 cups of this. This is 24-hour old kefir made from that. And then we're going to add 3 cups of flour and mix it all together. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to mix that. Get the flour all wet. Try to. Oh, the parrots. So you can see now that the dough is quite wet, but that's the way it's supposed to be. This is going to set for 24 hours before we actually use it. You can see it's actually quite wet. We're going to let this set for 24 hours before we use it. I'm going to cover it with tin foil, let it set aside at room temperature. Here is the kefir mixture. Didn't seem to really rise that much. I have a few bubbles. You can see I've added some baking soda and sugar. I'm using this recipe here off the internet. We've taken 3 cups kefir, 3 cups flour. Now, at this point, we're going to take 1½ teaspoons of baking sodas in there, 1½ tablespoons of sugars in there. Now we're going to put 2 tablespoons of oil and 3 more cups of flour. Some ham spray. And here it is with 3 more cups of flour. We're going to put half of it in this pan and let it rise. Okay, I'm putting it in this, we have a pilot light, so this is a warm spot to let it rise. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, we've been in the oven for 350. Started with a cold oven. Been 45 minutes, so it's probably more like a half an hour of the preheat. We're going to check the internal temperature. We get about 210, so we're done. And here we have our loaf of bread. Still quite warm, but you can see it didn't rise a whole lot. It's quite dense, but we'll see what it tastes like. We'll give it some time to cool off. Didn't rise quite as much as I had thought it would. So the bread tastes good, but it's a little doughy in the center. So I could have cooked it more, even though I guess internal temperature isn't no all say all. Obviously the crust isn't real dark. I could have cooked it more than I did. Okay, here we are with the last half of the Kefir batch. I let it go to 24 hours. Still didn't look like it was going to rise much. So I put some yeast in it, a little bit of sugar, stuck it in the oven with a pilot light, let it warmed up quite a bit, and then I cooked it. You can see it rose some more, but it's still real thin. I'm thinking maybe the original recipe was wrong. Might have been calling for baking powder, not baking soda. Also, my house is kind of cool. It could have been that. Maybe I should have kept it in the oven with the pilot light on all along to keep it warm. And the third possibility would be that it might work better with Kefir grains rather than Kefir starter. But it's still going to taste fine. The other loaf did, and this one's probably going to be even a little better.